What's up, guys? We have a lot to talk about today. More people have started coming out about James Charles, and he finally spoke out and addressed the situation. Kind of. It's a mess, so let's get into it.
Exposed. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
So, if you haven't seen my last video explaining how the situation started, definitely go and watch that first. But oh my God, guys, things are escalating quickly. Another guy on TikTok came forward about his experience with talking to James Charles on Snapchat, of course. This new guy that's come forward says during the whole bi sister thing 2 years ago, he kind of felt bad for James and decided to reach out to him. He doesn't remember exactly what he said to James, but he knows he said if he needed anyone to talk to, he would be there for him, and he also added in that he was single. James actually responded to his DM and allegedly said that he wasn't looking for anyone, but admitted he was cute. He gave James his number just in case he changed his mind, and James responded asking for an Instagram video introducing himself. After James got the video of him introducing himself and confirmed he was real and not just some fake account, James added him on Snapchat.
So basically we started talking on Snapchat, and it didn't seem like he had any weird intentions. Like we were getting to know each other, and he seemed pretty genuine, and he was actually really nice.
Apparently, it didn't start getting weird until the third day of talking to each other.
So anyways, later on during that day, I went to the gym, and I posted a snap of me flexing, and he responded to my story saying daddy and babe. So I was like, I found it a little odd that he started calling me baby and daddy, because it's like, you don't call your friends that, right?
He then gets into the messages of James asking him for certain photos.
We're having a conversation on Snap, and he starts getting a little flirty, and I was like, let's just take it slow, but obviously he didn't want it. Anyways, he goes, send me a shirtless picture, and I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care, because I posted a story, you know? So then he starts going, oh, send me pictures. And then he goes, let me see your armpits, and I was like, what? He
then goes on to say after sending James a few Snapchats, James messaged him back and started questioning his confidence because to James, it seemed like he was sending the same snap over and over again.
I did mention to him that I suffer from anxiety, depression, and that I said I came out of a very toxic relationship. He didn't seem to get about that, and I feel like his biggest concern was how big. Anyways, after sending him a couple Snapchats, he started to question my confidence because I wouldn't send him a specific video that he wanted. After feeling uncomfortable, I did tell him that I wasn't going to send it, and he started to question my confidence, which I find very, very disrespectful.
Now, here's where things start to go bad. The guy explains how he told James he couldn't give him the type of videos that he wanted to see because his family was home. But that didn't stop James from asking over and over again. They then moved their conversation to the phone, and the guy said James wasn't getting what he wanted, so he started getting an attitude with him and trying to manipulate him. They ended up hanging up the phone and going to bed, and the next day when he woke up and tried to message James, he realized James deleted him. They spent days talking, getting to know each other, and he says just because he couldn't send James the pictures he was demanding, he deleted him. Yes, at least the guy was older than the last one, but once again, it's the fact that he's having these kind of relationships with people who are fans, especially over Snapchat. Like I said, we haven't heard James' side of the story, and he might never tell his side, so it's hard to get a full understanding, but from what this guy is saying, it just seems like a really inappropriate fan-to-influencer relationship. I did do my due diligence, and I reached out to the guy that posted these TikTok videos just to get an official statement, and here's what he had to say. I just turned 18 like a month before the incident, but regardless of my age, it doesn't matter. In all honesty, he messed with my emotions and questioned my confidence because I wouldn't show him certain. I used to watch his videos all the time, so I was really excited when him and I started talking. He started giving me attitude when I didn't do what he said, which made me feel. I have the original audio of the whole thing, and if you hear my voice, I literally sound like I'm gonna cry in it. People are harassing me like crazy, saying how I'm clout chasing when I'm really not. If I wanted to clout chase, I would have done this all during the entire Tati and Sam scandal, but I chose to because I was scared to come forward. The thing I found really mind-blowing is the fact that this was all happening after Tati dropped her bi sisters video. I can't imagine going through a scandal like that and then jumping right back into the behavior Tati talked about in her video. Like, wouldn't that be a bit of a wake-up call? James lost millions of subscribers after that, and even though he did pull the reverse Uno card, it just seems so risky to me to take that chance again. Maybe he felt untouchable because of how the situation completely did a 180, but it still just seems so crazy to me to risk your career like that. This situation with James is even starting to go mainstream. TMZ picked up the story the other day, and TMZ doesn't normally pick up on small YouTube drama. James was also scheduled to post a video the other day, but he never posted it, and it seems like he might be in hiding. I decided to go back and check the comments under his statement because originally they were all positive and very pro James, but things have completely changed. I am so tired of you being able to get away with this. You've used your fame to solicit actions from fans multiple times. You know they're vulnerable to you because they're fans. Yet another statement. I don't believe you whatsoever. The kid clearly looks shaken up, and you have a history of doing this, it seems like. This won't be swept under the rug, and we won't forget. Honestly, you should know better. You are a grown adult and influencer with a big following. It's not the first time your male fans have done this. If you see potential, you should talk to someone and drop the. Find someone who cares about you, not just use common sense. There's also been a huge update about the first guy that came out about James Charles. He posted a video to Snapchat saying he actually went to the police and filed a report with them about what happened between him and James.
Update. They're looking through their computer stuff and trying to find more information on it. And they're going to contact people who know people to bring the case further. And I have case numbers, so yep, they also went through my phone, and so all of my.
So since the situation is such a mess and every day it feels like more and more people are coming out, I expected James to maybe take a little break for a bit and figure out where he's going wrong and how he can change things, hopefully, but nope. James Charles came back to Twitter yesterday, and no, he didn't come back with a notepad apology. He came back with a good morning. Rise and shine. I was shocked. Like, how are you going to be in actual serious trouble and come back like that? It's not just like some beauty guru drama shade. This is serious stuff. As you can imagine, people had a lot of questions for James, and he actually replied to some people. James, where is the video with the gamers? I didn't want to post a video with them and drag them into my situation they had nothing to do with. It wouldn't be fair. It'll be out eventually. I don't think you can note zap your way out of this, James. I'm not trying to get out of anything. No matter what happened, it was unacceptable, embarrassing, and I should have taken the extra steps to research the person I was talking to. There is no excuse. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. This is on me. The whole fool me once, shame on you thing didn't sit right with me, to be honest. It's not shame on you, it's shame on James for being the adult in this situation and not verifying such important information. It's shame on you for using your fan base as your own personal dating pool when any other celebrity would get canceled for that. He also tweeted, and deleted I might add, I'm 21 years old and I'm attracted to people that are close to me in age. It's not always clear how old someone is based on their appearance, hence why it's always good to verify someone's age. I'm kind of getting the feeling that James only thinks the age thing is what people are having an issue with. The other huge issue is the fact that he's seeking out fans who are vulnerable because they're starstruck by him. Just like the boy we talked about a few minutes ago, he was afraid if he didn't send James what he wanted, he'd lose his chance with James Charles. You live in LA and you literally have so many options outside of your fans. Both Trisha Paytas and Ethan spoke out about James Charles coming back to the internet like nothing happened. Imagine sending to minors and still tweeting like everything's okay. Hold creators accountable. This isn't an oops, I'm sorry. This is a go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect a $200,000 Morphe brand deal. Enjoying your last few good mornings before going to prison? To make this whole situation even worse, a clip from Logan Paul's podcast started recirculating where James said this.
So the thing is, for me, I'm 21, but like I said, I have the mentality of a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I'm much more mentally and emotionally mature than a lot of people my age. I'm not physically attracted to older guys, which sucks. Like, I would date like the absolute youngest, like 18, 19, that looks a little bit old.
Honestly, this clip was just so confusing, and reading people's comments under it, it seems like we're all pretty much on the same page. One person wrote, Okay, so he says he's like a 40-year-old because he's so mature, but he's not attracted to older looking guys, so he goes for 18 to 19 years old, but that look older? So what's the point of dating an 18-year-old? What am I missing here? And I feel like a lot of people are almost afraid to give their opinions on this because of what happened last time with Bai's sister. I think the difference this time around is the messenger or the boys this stuff actually happened to versus Tati and Jeffree. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.